we'll learn about activities. So let's begin. Okay, first we'll know what is an activity. You can consider activity to be the Java and XML file combined as a one single unit. Okay, so it is the most important thing in an Android app. Whatever you see on an Android screen in an Android app, it's an activity. Okay, so activity is like your main activity. It is quite similar to when you create the the main method. Okay, so the system automatically the Java, like you can in Java we create a main method, and the system automatically knows that we have to execute this method. So in the same way, Android has main activity, but you can always change its name. But you have to make sure that you define the launcher activity in the manifest file. Okay, so in this video we'll basically know how to configure the manifest to launch your main activity, and how to declare activities. We'll also know how to do conversation, how to make conversations between the activities, and like declare some intent filters. Intent filters are more like what this activity is going to do, like it is default activity or whatever. Okay, so these are intent filters. And moreover, we are gonna as I already told, we are gonna communicate between two activities. If we click a button on one activity, we are gonna move to the second activity. So we'll try and do this. Okay, and we'll know about few things about permission, and then more I'm gonna tell you few things about activity life cycle and managing it. So at first we see on create, as you can already see, protected void on create. Okay, so this runs basically the first time when we start our app. Okay, so whenever we start our app, on create starts running. Then there is on start. Okay, on start basically when you exit, when you close your app but does not remove it from the background, and you again start the app, then on start would run. On create would not run, on start would run. Then there is on resume. Okay, so like if you have moved to another activity and then came back to the activity, then on resume would be called. Then there is on pause, like if you move to another activity, so what will happen when you at the time you move, that means pause the previous activity. Okay, I know here are some confusions, so we'll try and do these all things in our I'll clear all these things with a practical. Then there is on stop and on restart. Okay, and on destroy. So as it suggests, okay, on stop when the activity is no longer visible to the user, restart when it is again restarting, like stop state, it was in the stop state but it has again restarted, and on destroy when the activity is completely destroyed. Okay, so first we'll try and create a new activity. To create a new activity, just click right click here, or if in Mac. Okay, then go to activity, and whatever, like I told you in my first video, these are the templates. So we'll just do empty activity. Then you have to name your new activity. It's main2 activity. Let's leave it default. Okay, package name would be the same, and the source language you can select it, Java or Kotlin. And yeah, as I told you, you need not like if you have configured your project in Java, so you need not to write only in Java. You can write another activity in Kotlin also. Okay, so let's finish it. Okay, now as you can see, our main2 activity is created, and let's open the manifest file now. Okay, now you can see our package name is displayed here. Then you can see now there are two activities. Previously there was only one activity, that was main activity. Now there are two activities, but it has no intent filter. So by default our this is main action, intent.action.main, and it is category launcher. So wherever you put this intent filter, So that activity will be launched by default whenever you click on the app icon on the home screen. Okay, so let's try and do this. Now let's change the color. This time let's change the color of a second activity button. To change the color, just go to text coloring. Let's do this color. Okay, this looks good. And now let's add a button here. So whenever we click on this button, we want the users to get redirected on our first activity or on our second activity. Okay, so guys, this is constraint layout. No, sorry. This is constraint layout, and it's you can give it constraint like how much from every side. Okay, how much margin does it take from every side, and you can see it is also very easy to use, like relative layout. Basically it's, you can say it is a newer kind of relative layout. Okay, then let's add go to or move ahead, and let's add an on click attribute. For knowing more about on click attribute, you can see my first video, and you can also see my second video if you want to add on click programmatically. Okay, let's now first time we are going to use intent. What is an intent? Generally, basically intent is used to call another activity. Basically, if you want to open another activity on your screen. Okay, so intent now we need to start the activity. Okay, we have declared the intent, but we also need to fire it. To fire this intent, we need start activity. Okay, so let's try and use this. For doing this, I'll use ADB. Okay, as you can see, our app has working. Now let's click on move ahead, second activity, and our app is working perfectly fine. Okay, now let's try. We'll go to android.manifest and just copy this intent filter, cut this intent filter and add it here. Now let's see what will happen. Okay, now we see the second activity launches by default because we have put the intent filter and category launcher to the second activity. Now when we remove it and put it back here, we'll see when we'll rerun that. By default the first activity will run. Okay, yeah. So now let's try and do something new. Okay, so there are many more uses of intents. Like you can use an intent to open a website, you can use an intent to open a location, you can use an intent to dial a number. So let's move ahead and see other uses of an intent. Okay, so basically what we'll do is we'll use this to open a website, we'll use this to navigate to a location, and we'll use this to dial a number. So let's get started. Okay, so do something. Sorry, on click. Alt enter and create 3 more methods like this. So we just copy it. Okay, but this time we have to remove this. Let's go to our this page. Okay, let's try and add a random number. Let me count it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay. For Geo, I am a bit confused. What was the action? Let me search it here and then hit action view. We will collect this. Okay, we'll click on web. I guess there is some problem. Okay guys, I got it. What is the problem? See where it is. When we enter this latitude, longitude, it belongs here. Let us enter latitude and longitude of Delhi. You have to change this to action view instead of action website, because website will open browser to search for you. Okay, now let's click on web and see. Okay, as you can see, the website is open. Okay, now let's go and click on Geo Maps. It brings us to Delhi, as you can see. Let's go back and try and dial the number that we have right here. So you can see it's showing. This time we'll add this project on GitHub, so you guys can just add it from there. Okay, I have already told how to add a project to GitHub and how to create a new repository. So let's create a new repositories. Activities. Okay, and we'll do. Okay, so I'll provide the link of this Git repository so you can clone and download it. Okay guys, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button